What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here for another round of unpopular opinions. We asked you guys on Twitter to send in your unpopular opinions, and we literally had so many to sift through. We're going to bring you 8 episodes of these unpopular opinions. Myself and John are going to be reacting to all of them. And I know, John, I know you love a bit of unpopular opinions.
Of course I do, yeah. I was the one that created the idea, I think, because it was from Radio 1. They do it on Radio 1, Unpopular Opinions, and I really like that. I was addicted to that, so I thought it will be good for this, wouldn't it?
All right, so shall we get straight into it?
Let's do it.
The first one is from the official Sir Darren Lingardio account, and he says Jose shouldn't have been sacked, at least not until the end of the season.
Oh, keep that on. Okay, Jose shouldn't have been sacked, at least not until the end of the season. Yeah, it was a bit premature, wasn't it? I mean, there was probably a reason for that. I think there was some kind of cut bonus or something like that. I don't know if that's just hearsay or not, but is that unpopular, do you think?
No, but I think that people were calling for Jose to go at the time. They were. In my opinion, yeah, it was a disgrace the way he was sacked 6 days before a final. He should have been given till the end of the season. Yeah. And the only reason he wasn't is because Daniel Levy holding on to a few precious shekels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was shocking, really, yeah. I don't think that's that unpopular. I think that's. I think a lot of the fan base would say that was a ridiculous timing.
All right, let's move on. Go on.
Okay, here we go. So this one's from Christian. So Christian says Harry Kane was a better striker pre-Mourinho when playing further forward.
I know you probably agree with that. Yeah. I don't agree with that. I think Harry Kane's best season in a Spurs shirt was last season. When he was dropping deep, I mean, I thought he was absolutely unplayable at times. The amount of assists he got, the amount of goals he got. I think last season was his best season in a Spurs shirt.
Yeah, I disagree. I think... I mean, numbers-wise, it was good last season, wasn't it? And all the assists he had. But I think a lot of that came down to the partnership with Son, which was a record-breaking partnership. So a lot of that is influenced by Son.
He's 50% of that.
Exactly. So a lot of that is because of Son, is why his numbers were so good. But if you actually look at him as an out-and-out goal scorer, the 2017 season, he had 55 calendar goals, which is just, obscene amount of goals. And I think he had a little bit more to his game.
But would Son have scored so many goals without Harry Kane?
Yeah, but they helped each other. That's why it was such a good partnership.
Yeah, so surely that shows how good he is. Because Son wouldn't have done it without Kane. Kane wouldn't have done it without Son. It's an amazing partnership.
Amazing partnership.
But both of them contributed 50% to that. So you've got to put that into account when you're assessing his season last year.
But if you take Son out, would Harry Kane have been a better striker in the Mourinho era or before?
You'll never know.
Yeah, I guess you never know, yeah. But I'm interested to see what happens this season.
So what we say, I mean...
I agree with that. So,
I disagree with it.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, we move on.
Okay,
we move on.
Do a poll.
Ryan Sissoko fan club saying Aurier was our best right back.
Popular opinion.
Yeah, it's popular and it's definitely true.
Yeah,
definitely true.
Yeah. This is unpopular opinions, guys. Remember, make them unpopular.
All right, go on.
Okay, so this one is from Bader THFC. Davies is better than Reggie. Ooh. Do you know what?
It's definitely unpopular.
No, that is unpopular. But what I would say about that is the first half of last season, Reggie was excellent, brilliant, a breath of fresh air. But then when he came back from injury, his performances he was actually quite poor in that second half of the season, I have to say. And when Davies played, I remember saying there was not much difference. You wouldn't know who was the first choice and who was like the second choice, because I think Reggie's performances dropped so much. So what do you think about that? It's not as crazy as people make out.
It is. The form. It is as crazy as people make out.
No, because I think the form that Reggie was showing...
No, but he's saying Davis is better than Reguilon.
I see what you mean, yeah.
That is crazy.
That is crazy, yeah. But there's a case, though, on form, it did even it out a lot at the end of last season.
Yes, the last 6 months of last season, you could argue Davis maybe was better than Reguilon. But even so, last 6 months of last season, Davis wasn't that great, was he?
Yeah,
he wasn't great.
Yeah.
So I think that's completely...
But thank you for sending in a very unpopular opinion.
That's completely wrong. Completely wrong. Reguilon is miles better than Davis. Spurs the best, saying Hugo Lloris is the most underrated goalkeeper of all time.
Yeah, that's unpopular, I'd say. Of all time. Most underrated. Well, it depends how you rate him, I guess, doesn't it? I mean, if people are saying that he's an elite, like, stratospheric player, then I think that's overrated.
Mm-hmm.
If you're saying that he's just a good goalkeeper, like a top goalkeeper, then yeah, maybe it is underrated. But I think he's, go on. I'm going to get so much abuse in the comments. I'm just going to let you talk.
Don't worry about the abuse, John. Everyone loves you, really. I think, I don't know about all time. I'm trying to think of, off the top of my head, who I think is a more underrated goalkeeper than Hugo Lloris. I'm trying to think, but I can't really think of any top keepers. But I do think he is criminally underrated by the fan base and by people outside the fan base especially.
Yeah, but the fan base think that he's like on par with like Neuer, Alisson, Edison.
No, I don't think that's true.
Well, that's what, when they say he's an elite goalkeeper, that's what they mean, right?
Yeah, but you can't put a few people in the comments to speak for the whole fan base, can you? But I think there are a lot of fans that were ready to move Hugo Lloris on. There are a lot of fans who think Hugo Lloris is top. I think it's very split in the Tottenham fan base what they think of Hugo Lloris. But I think the people that kind of say he's not an elite goalkeeper or a world-class goalkeeper at least is definitely underrating him.
So you think he is world-class then?
I think he's world-class, yeah.
That for me that makes him overrated to me, I'd say.
In my personal opinion, but I think you underrate him.
I'm just judging it on what I see. I don't think he's like in the top category of goalies. He's not like a Buffon level or Neuer level, is he? That is world class. I think he's the next.
That's elite.
Yeah, I think he's the next level down from that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. World class is a level down from elite.
Oh, I see. You're elite. So you've got elite. For me, world class is elite. It's the same thing.
For me, world class is a level below elite. Elite, you've got like your kind of best players in the world,
right?
And then world class is like just a tiny bit
of
a level behind.
All right, so that's how you do it. So if people said that Lloris is elite, then he'd be overrated, right?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. What's the next one?
Who have we got here? Which screen are we looking at? Left or right? Right. Okay. Shonen. This window is better than last year.
Oof. Last year, at the time, I was very, very excited about that window. I thought it was a brilliant window. But as time went on, it actually shown that it wasn't as good as we first thought.
Yeah.
When you assess that window, Gareth Bale came in on loan, which you've got to say is a success, 10 goals. Højbjerg, definitely a player that's going to stay with us for a while. Reguilon, definitely a player that's going to stay with us for a while. So Bale's gone now, so you can't really take him into account. So Reguilon and Højbjerg, definitely mainstays in the team. Everyone else that we signed last summer, Roden hasn't really done it as of yet, but jury's still out on him. Matt Doherty, I mean, we know our opinions on Matt Doherty, a poor player. So the window last year was very hit and miss. I think there was two really good players. Roden, jury's still out, and Doherty, I'm ready to bin him off. So I think that two players in terms of the start of the rebuild, I think it was an okay window. This window,
we just don't know, do we?
Exactly, it's an unknown quantity. This window.
Yeah, they're prospects, so it's like you have to give it time, and we'll know in a few weeks, a few months.
I'm hoping that Romero and Emerson will be those kind of two mainstays in the team.
And Hill,
exactly.
Yeah.
So
it could work out. I mean, it's one of those that could go either way.
It could work out that is better.
Yeah,
it could.
It could work out. Yeah.
But I think this year is more like a follow-on from last window. It's like the continuation of the rebuild, and I feel like next window might be the kind of finishing touches
to it. Yeah, it could be right. Let's come back to this shown in a few months, and we'll let you know about that one.
All right, and is this the last one? The last one of episode 1 from George Papianou saying Hugo Lloris is the best keeper in the league right now.
I mean, we did the poll. I remember we did the poll last season, and he was on a bad run of form at the time, and I think it was about 70% said we should get rid of him. And now suddenly, because he's had 3 clean sheets, everyone's like, yeah, he's the best goalkeeper in the world. He's elite. It's a lot of recency bias going on. But
he's world class, mate.
Yeah,
he had a great season last year.
It was a bit patchy. I thought towards the end it kind of really dropped off, and he was making a few big errors.
Yeah, you could say that. But I think by and large it was a good season from him.
It was okay. It wasn't one of his best, I would say. And also the season before, I remember it was started off badly, and then when he came back from injury, he started to look good again.
I mean, his save percentage and all that kind of stuff, shot stopping, is all going up in the stats.
Yeah, but stats, sure. I don't read into stats too much. I just see it with the naked eye. But I mean, he's a great goalie. Don't get me wrong. I just think that I think at the end of this season we'll probably end up moving him on.
Would you like to see him sign a new contract, or you prefer him to move on?
Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be like angry or upset if we kept him on, but I just think it's the right time to sort of like switch things up a little bit now.
I got a feeling with Hugo Lloris that when he does move on, a lot of the fan base are going to be like in a situation where you don't know what it's got till it's gone, kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that could definitely happen as well. It just depends what our next goalie in line is going to be like, whether that's Golini or someone else. But you just don't know, do you?
No, you don't. But that is the end of episode 1 of the Unpopular Opinions. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are regarding all the unpopular opinions we have spoken to you about today. Episode 2 coming next. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.